Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Jon Somroy, he's going to be a guest here in this segment with an interesting company called MIfold. That's www.mifold.com. And we're going to have an interesting topic here, which is the how to launch a company through crowdfunding. And, John, welcome to the program. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me on the show.
You bet. And you did crowdfunding play a role in the creating of your company? And even before you answer that question, tell us what your company's all about so the listener can understand. The website MIfold.com. Tell us, kind of give us your elevator speech, if you will.
Yeah. So MIfold is a child car safety seat, and it is the most advanced, compact, and portable booster seat ever invented. It's actually more than 10 times smaller than a regular booster seat, but it's just as safe.
Just as safe. And does it meet, for example, U.S. requirements, if there are any, for child seats?
Yeah, so we're making the product to sell around the world, but specifically in the U.S., we've done all the regulatory testing. We've done it on the prototype that we're in the process of developing, and then when we actually make the production samples towards the end of the year, we'll repeat all the regulatory testing for the U.S. market, and then it will be available to ship. And we do a lot of testing in a place called Calspan, which is in Buffalo, in upstate New York, and that's where we do all our U.S. regulatory approval.
When do you expect it to be available in the U.S. market?
Well, so there's two answers to the question. It's possible for people to pre-order it now because we have this Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign that's live, and what people are pre-ordering now will be delivering towards the end of Q1 next year. So they're ordering now for delivery in March, and that's when it's going to be available generally as well.
Got it. And what is the projected cost? It looks like $72.
Actually, if you're looking at it on the site at the moment, $72 is for a twin pack, so you get two MIfolds. If you're paying $72, the individual price is $39.
For one is how much?
$39.
Wow. What an amazing, affordable concept. I love it. And I can pretty much guarantee you I'm going to be wanting one of these between my goddaughter. I get so tired of hauling that car seat of hers around, and my grandson, whom we haven't got him yet much, but we plan on getting him as he gets a little older. We see him often, but we don't get him yet, and so we're looking forward to getting him more often. That would be an amazing to have. How old can someone be?
What you've just said, I'm sorry. What you've just said is really the reason why it's being so successful. There's nothing wrong with the existing booster seats on the market. They're effective. They're simple to use. But the problem is they're so big and bulky. There's about 25% of car journeys where children just don't have the right booster seats. Either the carpooling on the way to school and the driver's got booster seats for their own kids but not extra ones for all the other kids that come along, or maybe it's grandparents that don't want to clutter up the back of the car the whole time with big bulky booster seats, or you're jumping in a taxi or your rental car or you're on vacation. Whenever a booster seat isn't available, MIfold is so compact and portable, you can basically carry it with you anywhere. If people look on our website, you'll see a picture of me with one in my back pocket. That's how small it is. And we're hoping that, kids will keep one in the school bags, and grandparents will keep one in the glove box.
Right. Do not need to mention it's for kids 4 to 12. It's not for the 0 to 4, where they do need a lot more structure around them. But to me, it's that next very logical chair, particularly for grandma and granddad who doesn't need that in their back seat 24/7. And so, like my wife and me, our youngest now is 17 years old. So anyway, talk a little bit about how you raised money to start this.
So you asked me right at the beginning how important the crowdfunding was to the business. The crowdfunding has actually been incidental. we set the business up at the end of 2013. We did kind of an angel investment round of people that thought it was a cool idea, and we used that money to take it from the concept to the pre-production stage. And then we did another round of funding, which was led by a venture capital fund. And the reason we chose to do crowdfunding wasn't because we were looking to raise more money. It was really because we wanted to get a good idea of how many of these to make for the first production run. And today, you know, the fact that you can put your idea out there, people can see it. If they like it, they can pre-order. That gave us, you know, exact quantities. And I'm really delighted we did it, because we had expected to raise about, you know, $50,000, maybe $100,000 with the crowdfunding campaign. But as of today, I think we're nearly $670,000 raised. So if we'd manufactured the quantities that we thought we needed to do, we'd probably have been a factor of 10 out.
Well, what platform did you use in your crowdfunding?
Yeah, we used Indiegogo. They are a really excellent platform to use. We've been really happy with them. Technically, it's very similar to the other ones that are out there, like Kickstarter. But the team behind Indiegogo are really available, and they're there to help you, and we could talk with them and get advice from them on the best way to promote what we were doing. So we've been really happy with the Indiegogo platform.
Very, very good. What should people think about or consider in using crowdfunding? And is there any sources of information that you recommend people to consult before using crowdfunding to launch their business?
Yeah, I think this is one of the things where a lot of people fall down with crowdfunding is they think it's as simple as having a good idea, making a good movie, and putting it out there. Actually, I think the main factor behind our success is that we spent many months, more than 6 months, before we actually went live with the campaign, starting to build an audience of people that would be interested in MIfold. And we did that by using social media and reaching out to people on Twitter and on Facebook and finding the people that were important to us for our business. That was parenting groups and mommy bloggers and our safety experts and people that were interested in all those topics. And we just started engaging with them and listening to what they said and talking about their posts. And we followed up. And over time, we gradually built up, you know, quite a large audience of people. So that when we went public with the video, which we did on the 1st of June this year, we already had thousands of people that were engaged with us. And even then, we didn't actually launch the crowdfunding for another 6 weeks. And we used the first 6 weeks of having the video publicly available and promoting it, again, with social media and with some PR. We built up a mailing list of people who'd signed up for our wait list. And we sent people to our website, they signed up for the wait list, and they were waiting for the orders to go live. And we had about 30,000 people on the wait list before we went live. And I think that's the main advice I'd give to anybody thinking about doing crowdfunding, is really prepare in advance, so the day you go live, you've really got a large number of people that are already interested in what you're doing, and they're waiting to be able to buy it.
Jon Somroy with an interesting company called MIfold, MIfold.com. And what an interesting concept, great idea. I look forward to getting one for both my wife and me, so we can make our life easier with our goddaughter and our grandson. And they got to grow into it yet, though. Mine are really little, but we're excited about that next stage. Jon, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having me on the show.
When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you that this show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. And this is The Price of Business.